A very good morning, everyone. This is George Beyrouthi from FS Securities, a stockbroking firm here on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. I'm going to show you in this presentation what is hot and what is not, a market wrap up from last week and what we expect this week, and some of our recommendations and what's happened with the Flight Centre and another trade we did on the XJO, that is the iron ore condor options trading. First of all, let me start with the volume. You can see here that the volume over the last 18 trading days has been coming down. On Friday, we've had 31% of our trades advancing and 22% declining. However, over the last 7 days, you can see there are more declines than advances. Only 3 advances versus 5 declines. So that's an interesting way to determine where the market is heading, whether the buyers or sellers are gaining momentum. The American market, this is actually, we did that on the weekend, and based on last week's results and performance, we still believe that the American market is still very bullish. That's 2 weeks in a row. Gold has gone from bearish to neutral, so maybe it's ready to climb up again. However, silver is still very bearish. Crude oil very strong and bullish. The Australian dollar has gone from neutral the week before last to bullish last week. So we expect the market with the Australian dollar to remain above the 71.5 US cents. The Japanese yen versus, the American dollar versus the yen is very strong, and euro has gone from bearish to bullish. Now this is the Dow chart. You can see that the orange line, it's the 50-day moving average above the 200, and that's very, very strong momentum. The parabolic stop and reverse bullish, positive. Stochastic is bullish, so there is no reason to doubt that the American market is heading higher. However, the only thing you gotta be considered, it may reach a resistance. This is one high several months ago, another high here, and it's revisiting this high, and that can form a resistance. If it exceeds that resistance, we might see the Dow getting up to 27,000. However, it's very, very likely that it bounce off it and come down and wait for better news coming from the economy in America. On our market, these are the indices. You can see that a lot of indices have gone bearish for the very aggressive trader. However, for the investor, we still have a lot of bullish blue color here. Now, for the conservative trader, most of our clients are conservative. So this is actually very neutral. So not bullish, not bearish, but neutral. So cautious time. However, the ASX 200, which includes the top 200 companies, are bullish for the very aggressive and bullish for the investor, but neutral for most of our clients. Okay, on Friday, the best sector turned to be the consumer staples and financials and properties and information technologies, all above 1%. And the worst sectors, gold was down 1.1%, and metal and mining, which include BHP, Rio and Fortescue, was down slightly, and healthcare was slightly down. Okay, now in terms of looking at all the stocks for the week, see that's the 7th of April, this was done on the weekend. Based on last week results and performance, BHP is still very strong, bullish. Macquarie Bank, very bullish for 3 weeks in a row. Newcrest Mines, even though the gold sector is down, Newcrest Mine is still bullish and very strong. QBE bullish, Rio is bullish, and Santos is bullish. Wesfarmers is bullish, Woodside Petroleum is bullish, and Transurban bullish. What we have in bearish, I guess Westpac, ANZ and CBA and NAB. So the banks happen to be hammered simply because of the election and what they expect the Labour Party is likely to do to tax the banks. Okay, so now that's the daily. On Friday, Newcrest Mine was bullish, BHP was bullish, the banks again bearish, bearish, bearish and bearish. Again, but most of the other companies were very bullish. And the strongest bullish: BHP, Macquarie Bank, Newcrest Mines, QBE, Rio and Santos. Wesfarmers, WPL, Woodside Petroleum and Transurban. And looking at what happened exactly on Friday, BHP was slightly down, but still over the full week and even over the day is still having all the momentum. CBA, again, even though it's bearish overall, it had a good day on Friday. But by the way, on Friday the market was actually very, very strong. As you can see, it went up by 53 points to 6,251. That's nearly 0.9% rise. Okay, now for the very aggressive traders, we show that the most active companies, and we like to only focus on the big companies that have got some shares and some volume. These are for you, and if you want a copy of it, all you have to do is call us. And in terms of the 52-week high, it tells you that these are really reaching the highest point in the last 52 weeks. There are some speculative stuff in here, and for the bullish side and on the bearish side, you've got here, for instance, company like called Energy, 33% down on Friday. So you've got some companies here that you may want to actually look at. Silver Chef, nearly 20% down. Anyway, if you want the copy of this, all you have to do is call us. Now, Flight Centre, we entered the trade early March, or sometime in the first or second week in March. The market was actually around the 45.50. We entered the market at $45, approximately $45, expecting there will be a $2.09 special dividends in a couple of weeks after we entered the market. Well, on that day, that's when we entered, and then the market went down, and then as we are approaching the dividend day, the market started to go up again, and on dividend day the market dropped by at least $2 but continued to go down, and people actually went in, took the dividends and sold for some reason, but the market regained momentum, and now we're sitting around the $43.20. Now when we look at our entry at 45.12, that was our first entry, 120 contracts, we spent 5,500. In early April, we thought that, let's average our price. We bought some more at 43.5, and now our average is $43.20, from 45.12 to $43.20. Now what happens here is that we received the $2.09 dividends, and at the moment we're sitting on a slight profit. Let's see what happens the next few weeks. Another trade we entered, the XJO. The XJO we entered, provided the market stays between below 6,350 and above 6,025. We sold the call, we sold the put, and we protected our position by limiting the losses if it goes down below. We bought the call at 6.4 and we bought the put at 5.975. At the market on Friday, the market was actually trading 6.251. The market most likely today will do nothing really. So on Thursday, if we are below 6.350 and above 6.025, we gain at least $500 net. Well, finally, this is our disclaimer. Because we don't know your financial circumstances, before you take any action, please call us or talk to your professional advisor. If you want to ask us any questions, all you have to do is write to us. You can write directly to me at george@fssecurities.com.au, or you can call us on our phone, the landline or the mobile. If you're calling from overseas, 61 first, you don't need the 0, 411-259526. Have a good day and happy trading.